Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, and right now we're going to talk about Equalizer 3. Gonna try not to do any spoilers though, because again, this film is still, fresh in the theaters. It's brand new basically in the theaters, only been out for a few weeks. But I did want to talk about it because I did watch, just last weekend, I did watch Equalizer 1 and 2 for the first time. And, kind of want to prepare myself. Those are films that I picked up a while ago, and I want to prepare myself for this third installment of this franchise. How is this film? I mean, that's the main thing. That's why we're here. That's why we're watching this video right now, right? Because we want to know how this film is without going into any kind of real spoilers. Well, unlike the first two films, those first two films take place basically all in Boston, Massachusetts. This film, this is like 99% all in Italy. And the filming locations are beautiful. It's a beautiful looking film. But, and this is the but, and this again, Denzel is fantastic as Robert McCall. He is just a fantastic actor. One of the greatest actors of all time, in my opinion. But I don't think this film hits quite that mark like the first two films. I do enjoy this one. I think but it's a different kind of film. It just feels like a different kind of film. And obviously that's probably because of where it is filmed, because it doesn't have the same kind of aesthetic as the other film. The atmosphere is completely different with this one. And I think the filming wise, I think it also it just looks different. It's not so much the setting of the film, but everything just seems a little bit different as compared to the first film. And I will say that this film starts off with a bang within the first few minutes. But then it does definitely kind of dip off for the next half hour. I mean, this is a shorter film compared to the other two. The other two clock in at about 2 hours. I believe the second one's about 2 hours. The first one is a little over 2 hours. This one clocks in probably about 1 hour and 45 minutes. So it is a shorter film. But overall, like I said, I still think it's a good film. Don't get me wrong. I think the film is a really solid film. And I think the film, I think we all realize that this is going to probably be the last time we're going to see Denzel play this role. So I think it does it wraps things up. Without spoiling anything, it does wrap things up nicely in a nice little bow for us without, again, spoiling anything, what happens in the film. It starts off, like I said, with a bang. We have Denzel taking out the baddies right at the beginning of the film. And when something happens to Denzel, it's basically he has to recover for a good portion of the film. He's kind of in recovery mode. And we'll say how we get, we'll say that Denzel does get injured. We won't say exactly how he gets injured, but he does get injured. And, guys, it's a little bit about him recovering throughout a little bit of this film and just embracing and taking in the Italian culture in Italy and really, coming to really love this area and these people that he is becoming so fond of. And that's really what it is. And with these films, it's all about him just protecting people who can't protect themselves. And Denzel is he does what Denzel does. He takes, even if a film is like here, he'll take it and just take it to a whole nother level. And that's exactly kind of like what he does with this film. Like I said, it does pick up. The second half of the film does pick up. It's kind of like almost similar to the first, how I felt about the first film, where I think that one definitely picked up second act. Well, that's how I think this one is too. I think the second half of the film, it kicks up a whole nother notch. But it still just doesn't hit that mark. But because of Denzel's acting, because of the setting in the film, because of just being able to wrap things up nicely and just kind of like we see where they want to go with this film, I think they do a really good job at just wrapping things up nicely. And for that, I definitely applaud them because I think they do a really good job of doing just that. But it still doesn't hit that mark quite like the first two films. But still, definitely, if you've enjoyed the first two, I think you will find something in this film to enjoy. Just know going into it that it does take a little while to get going. But when it does, it hits its stride. Just be prepared. Don't, especially with the second film. The second film was just like from start to finish, just action. This one is definitely not that kind of film, but still a very solid film nonetheless. And again, all powered by Denzel's acting. So, yeah, Equalizer 3, definitely a fitting end to this, of course, we never know it. But if it is, a fitting end to this trilogy, to this franchise. So, like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I will catch you in another episode. Take care. Bye.